charged in the death of Joshua Larkin as the search for his body continues.
Plus, the latest on the carbon capture concerns in West Jefferson County, what was discussed at a community meeting last night about ExxonMobil's upcoming project.
And disturbing allegations against a University of Houston fraternity, the chapter that's been shut down amid claims of abuse and public humiliation. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for streaming with us on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber as we take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Sky Cam network above Beaumont. Looks like a pretty sunrise out there whenever that sun is set to rise. Jeff, what's the latest on the weather?
Looking like another warm, dry day for Southeast Texas. Starting off again this morning, pretty mild. We're in the 60s, anywhere from lower 60s like Silsbee to some middle 60s like Woodville and Orange at 65, Beaumont's at 65, Jasper's at 64. A couple upper 60s as well, 69 at Port Arthur and Kirbyville, currently at about 68. You can see outside we have, say, mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Here's the view from Pack of the Prairie in downtown Beaumont. And then we'll switch over to our 12 News studio here as we look down I-10. Looks like traffic's going along smoothly so far this morning. If you're heading out for work, I don't think you'll have too many problems. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing. As we look at our day planner, we'll see, like I said, a few clouds throughout the day. Temperature's going to be responding into the 80s for this afternoon, up around 84 with south winds between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. Of course, no rain in the forecast for today, but we do see a chance for rain as we head towards the end of the work week and then maybe early next week. We'll show you the complete 7-day forecast. Also show you some cooler temperatures for this weekend coming up. We'll add that for you in just a bit.
All right, Jeff, well, we are following new developments this morning about the murder of Joshua Larkin nearly 3 years after his disappearance.
4 suspects have been arrested in connection with the missing father's murder. Jonathan Cody Berhalter and Justin James are charged with murder and tampering with evidence. Berhalter was arrested in Houston yesterday and is in the Newton County Jail. James was already in jail on other charges. James Alex Jones and Rodney Blankenship were also arrested for tampering with evidence. Jones was taken into custody in Newton County.
Yeah, this was all announced yesterday at a joint press conference in Newton County. The Jasper and Newton County Sheriff's offices, they have been looking for Larkin since he went missing in November of 2022. Now, Newton County Sheriff Colton Havard, he says that the men, they were all acquaintances with Joshua. He says that probable cause for these arrests, they came from interviews and evidence gathered during that investigation. The sheriff also says that Justin James confessed but couldn't share what he confessed to. The sheriff there saying that the hard work is not over yet.
But I would like to remind everybody, just because, we have made it this far, we've still got to get a conviction in a court of law, that we believe that there's still individuals out there that know something, and we're not going to stop. So if you know something about this crime, I urge you to come forward, because if you don't, we'll be paying you a visit pretty soon.
And while Larkin's body has not been found, Jasper County Sheriff Chuck Havard says that they're going to continue their search. We're going to have more on that joint investigation coming up at 7:30.
In Beaumont, a man is accused of running a prostitution ring out of an apartment and holding women against their will. Kaylin Thornton is charged with aggravated promotion of prostitution, according to a probable cause affidavit given to 12 News by Jefferson County Judge Mark DeRuin. He forced several women to engage in sex work and assaulted one woman who tried to leave. He was arrested after police were called to the Northridge Manor apartment complex Saturday. Police say the victim was being beaten, threatened with a gun, and even tattooed against her will. She told police she'd been living in the apartment with 2 other women for a month. Thornton is being held in the Jefferson County Jail on a $500,000 bond.
Well, a man from Orange was arrested in Lumberton during a traffic stop over the weekend. Police saying that Jimmy Othout was pulled over on South Main Street for an expired registration. Now, he already had warrants out for narcotic possession that went out of Tyler County. He also had a parole revocation warrant from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Now, while searching his motorcycle, police say that they found more than 250 grams of meth, so he's now facing another drug charge.
We continue our coverage of a proposed carbon capture facility in West Jefferson County. ExxonMobil was granted the rights for the permit last week by the Railroad Commission and the EPA. Last night, dozens from the Cheek community and surrounding areas gathered for a town hall meeting with elected officials.
Yeah, 12 News was there as folks came together to hear from environmental scientists and attorneys. Residents, they fear that this project is going to be too close to their homes. Now, the Rose CCS project, it would include an 18-mile pipeline that would carry CO2 from mid-county. Information was shared last night about health and environmental risks, as well as legal advice. The Cheek Texas Community Association says that they are worried that these injection wells will threaten drinking water and cause pipelines to rupture.
That this project hasn't been studied long enough. It's pretty hasty. It's very beneficial to Exxon and some of the people that stand to gain. But for us in this community, it is quite detrimental, and from what we've seen. And so we have scientists here today that's going to help explain that.
And ExxonMobil says the technology is safe and proven. Previously, the company said, quote, "They are very well removed from our CCS project activities, so not near these injectors. They are at least 2 miles from our injector wells, 3 miles from our pipeline activity, again in the subsurface. That is at least a half a mile from the subsurface activity." The association says that it hopes residents continue to voice their concerns and questions with elected officials. Across Texas now, disturbing allegations against a fraternity at the University of Houston. The Pi Kappa Phi chapter has been shut down due to hazing allegations.
The university says this is now part of a criminal investigation, which includes allegations of physical abuse and public humiliation. Matt Dowdy with our sister station breaks down what we know.
This is a timeline of what we know at this point. On November 3rd, a non-U of H student was hospitalized following alleged hazing activities. The student was later released from the hospital. The reported conduct includes physical abuse, forced consumption, and public humiliation. On November 6th, the fraternity that refers to themselves as Pikes was placed on suspension by its governing body. That same day, the university started its investigations. On Friday, the chapter membership voted to close the chapter at U of H. This is video from Fraternity Row tonight. We called student officers from the Pike chapter, but they declined to comment. A statement from the University of Houston reads in part, quote, "The events investigated are deeply disturbing and represent a clear violation of our community standards. While only a small group of students are alleged to be involved, the university does not tolerate hazing in any form."
That was Matt Dowdy reporting. The university says the outcome of the investigation will determine what happens to the students involved.
Yeah, they could face disciplinary action, including expulsion and possibly criminal charges. Well, across the nation today, the House of Representatives is set to vote on releasing files surrounding Jeffrey Epstein.
And President Trump now encouraging lawmakers to approve their release. It's a reversal for Trump, who privately sought to have the effort blocked last week. He now says he'll sign the bill if it makes it to his desk.
They can do whatever they want. We'll give them everything. Sure, I would. Let the Senate look at it. Let anybody look at it.
Last week, a series of emails referencing President Trump were released. Here's what one of Epstein's survivors had to say.
Do you think these files will ever see the light of day?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe that was possible. I do believe it's possible, and I do think that people will demand that it happens.
Ahead of today's House vote, Epstein survivors will speak in front of the Capitol, calling on lawmakers to release the files. In your health news, many are bracing for insurance premium hikes when the Affordable Care Act subsidies expire at the end of the year.
But soon you may be able to see a doctor for just $10. Jeremy Baker explains.
The Kaiser Family Foundation projects healthcare premiums could cost the average family about $1,000 more every year. And for those families, that cost is coming at a time where they need to be keeping their cash for the quickly approaching Christmas holiday.
So in the next several months, something like 24 million people stand to lose their coverage. Additionally, 70 million people are on high deductible health plans.
A survey conducted by $10 Telehealth looked at 1,000 Americans between the ages of 25 and 55 with a median income of $75,000. It found more than half, or 56%, spend more than $1,500 out of pocket annually on health care. That's especially the case for those without health insurance. And here in Texas, 16.7% of the population, or more than 5 million residents, are uninsured, which is the highest in the nation, making cost-effective telehealth a great option.
You don't have to go anywhere. If you have a phone, a smartphone, a landline, you can make a phone call and you can have a visit with the doctor.
Starting January 12th, $10 Telehealth will offer coverage to Texans. It'll only cost you $10 to sign up and just $10 to get care, and you don't need health insurance.
There's no insurance, there is no copay, there is no deductible, there is no paperwork, there is no scheduling. We made it as simple as possible, and it's that inexpensive because we've removed all of the bureaucracy.
And that was Jeremy Baker reporting. Again, $10 telehealth. That's going to be available in Texas starting January 12th. Well, coming up next here on 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus, if you are planning a trip for the holidays, make sure that your luggage can stand the test of travel. We look at how to get the best bang for your buck in Your Money Matters, plus a theft that could only happen in Florida, and a special screening of the new Selena documentary now on Netflix. Your trending news is coming up, and your time is 7:10.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us. To the spot welders and forklift drivers. To the pipeline technicians and plant operators. To the chemists, custodians, and contractors. And the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now. Weekdays, noon. Only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Welcome back. Planning a holiday trip? Well, when you're trying to keep track of kids, carry-ons, and flight schedules, your luggage should make travel easier. Consumer Reports shows you what to look out for before you buy and which bags hold up best when you're on the move.
Every holiday season, my family and I, we travel typically to Florida because we have a lot of family there.
For lifestyle content creator and busy mom, Rebecca Nieves Huffman, heading from Chicago to warmer weather means packing for the whole family. And when it comes to luggage,
my favorite, hands down, especially after a bad travel experience, was switching over to a hard shell.
Consumer Reports says hard shell luggage can offer travelers some real benefits.
A hard shell is going to give you better protection if you're packing fragile items, and it's going to offer more security because it can't be ripped open as easily, and a lot of them come with the built-in locks. Plus, it also keeps you from overstuffing your bag.
Just remember, a carry-on bag may seem like it'll fit in the overhead bin, but that's not always the case. The latest Consumer Reports investigation found about 2/3 of carry-on bags tested were larger than the maker claimed.
Before you head to the airport, double check your carry-on against your airline size limits. If the bag's too big, you may have to check it, and that can mean extra money.
2 top-rated Consumer Reports carry-ons. The Amazon Basics 21-inch hard-side spinner is affordable, durable, and easy to pull. And the Samsonite Outline Pro carry-on spinner performed great when it came to carrying and pulling and really stood out for its construction. For check luggage, brands like iFly, Away, and Traveler's Choice were well rated by Consumer Reports members. Consumer Reports also recommends using a travel backpack as your personal item. The best ones fit under the seat and help you stay organized and double as a day pack once you land. But even with the right bag, things can still get lost.
This right here has been a lifesaver using AirTags.
And Rebecca says it's helped her work with the airline to track down lost bags.
Oh, I got my luggage back.
Smart choices that can make traveling during busy times much smoother.
7:16 now on this Tuesday morning, and temperatures holding into the 60s right now. We'll see those temperatures eventually warm up. We'll be jumping into the 70s about mid-morning or so. But middle 60s for a lot of locations. 65 in Beaumont and Orange, also 65 in Woodville, 64 in Jasper. Slightly cooler in Silsbee at 63. Then we jump to the upper 60s in Kirbyville at 68, and Port Arthur currently showing a temperature of about 69. Speaking of Port Arthur, looks like mostly clear skies down in Port Arthur to get off on this Tuesday morning. This camera brought to you by Market Basket, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. And you can see some smoke off in the distance there, but overall it looks pretty good. A few clouds around the Orange area. Here's the view from the Horseman's Western store on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. And we're showing 67. Had a little patchy fog over there this morning. You can still see a little bit of it burning off. Humidity 100%, east winds at about 4. And we have high clouds kind of working across the state. We'll see some of those today. Generally, we'll go mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Looks like a warm, dry afternoon. Temperatures climbing from 9 a.m. into the 70s, into the lower 80s by lunchtime, and then we'll go up into the middle 80s for this afternoon with those south winds coming off the Gulf of Mexico. Temperatures back into the 70s for this evening, and then 60s overnight into tomorrow morning, kind of like what we're seeing this morning, a lot of middle to upper 60s. Tomorrow morning, we might see a little bit more in the way of some widespread patchier fog. We'll have to wait and see how that all sets up, but right now, we've got it in the forecast for tomorrow morning. But today, just partly cloudy, south winds at 5 to 10, temperatures about 82 to 84, and then for tonight, we'll be back into those middle to upper 60s around the triangle, some middle to lower 60s up in the lakes. And once again, plan for maybe a little bit of patchy fog, maybe giving yourself a few extra minutes in the morning if we get some of that fog to be a little bit more widespread. 70 forecast shows dry on Wednesday, high of 83. Then Thursday and Friday will bring in those rain chances. Right now it looks pretty slim, 20-30%. So it looks like there could be a few showers around, but they won't be holding a lot of rain, and there won't be too many of them. Saturday looks dry as we cool down into the 70s. We'll continue with cooler temperatures for Sunday and Monday, some middle to upper 70s there, as we'll see another chance of maybe a couple of showers here and there. Once again, Sunday 20%, and then Monday about 30%. So overall, if you can get some rain out of that first batch and second batch, add up to about a half an inch, consider yourself pretty lucky.
Yeah, you're still 11 inches behind, right?
Yeah, 11 and a half. So we're getting close to a foot behind for the year.
Wow.
Most of that's been the second half of the year.
Wow,
So, yeah.
that could carry over into next year possibly.
Yeah, it always does. Yep.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Jeff.
You
And
bet.
just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. 7:19 right now. Time for your trending news here on 12 News Plus. We got a Florida man story to kick it off. In Tallahassee, an unusual crime getting a whole lot of attention.
Yeah, a man got arrested after stealing a forklift and an ATM and taking both on a joyride through town. But he got stopped by police first. Take a look.
What's up, bro? What y'all got going on?
I dropped this thing over here.
Dropped what?
All right, you see him act like he's going to show the officer what he dropped, and boom, takes off. Apparently, the forklift was stolen from a middle school. What was he going to do with that?
Matt, well, carry on that ATM on a joyride.
Right.
He was like, now I just need the equipment to break into. Oh, not that fast of a runner, unfortunately.
They got him. All right, well, those of you who'd rather buy stuff through a cashier won't like this.
Yeah, Little Caesars has launched its first self-service restaurant in Illinois, meaning zero human interaction. The traditional walk-up counter, it's gone. It has been replaced with a hot and ready self-serve station. You just select and scan items and pay their order electronically. Managers say that the focus is going to be on speed and convenience. Also, fun fact, you just pay for one and take all of them out.
Well, I feel like I've done that before at a Little Caesars.
You've stolen all the pizzas?
No, but like I've just walked in and picked it up, but I don't know. I don't think that's new.
Pizza portal?
Pizza portal. Like,
apparently just no one working there though at this point. Just like,
oh,
I don't know who's
make
cooking
the pizza.
The robots, AI.
Okay.
I'm with you there, Little Caesars. All right, moving along. A new documentary about the life of Selena. It is streaming on Netflix.
Yeah, fans gathered at a special screening last night at the historic River Oaks Theater in Houston, and our sister station was there.
It was amazing how talented Selena was.
How are y'all? We saw on social media that the documentary was going to be streamed here or premiered here. And so I actually did not, I started 3 hours late, so I didn't get the actual ticket. So I'm here, the first one to stand by and wait to see if I can get in. Hopefully somebody's late and I can get their ticket.
Bailas de Cumbia was the first.
And I'm a big fan. I have been listening to her since the 90s, so I'm just really excited to see just other things that I haven't seen before, because I've pretty much seen it all at this point.
My life. This has been something that I wanted to do for a very long time.
Watched her since I was little, and it's just she means a lot to our family, like a lot of Latino families. My nieces, they're in teenage years. They mean a lot to her now, and I'm excited for new fans and just a legacy to keep going. All the Selena fans enjoy. Hopefully, and if you're a new Selena fan, hopefully you can have a sneak peek into, Selena and what her legacy means.
I've got to check it out because
absolutely.
I know a lot of people are looking forward to it, and the movie that came out years ago is with Jennifer Lopez is good too. So
another classic. Looks like that one was a big hit with the fans. There,
yeah, and it has her family in it actually, so I think that'll be a good point of view to get.
Something to check out on Netflix.
All right, it is 7:22. Jeff will be back with your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple. To do your part, in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards, every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
And we are learning new details about the lawsuit filed against Camp Mystic.
It comes after 27 girls and counselors were killed in the July 4th floods. The family of 8-year-old Eloise Peck is suing camp organizers, claiming they knew cabins near the Guadalupe River were dangerous. The lawsuit claims they, quote, played Russian roulette with the lives of the little girls. Camp owners say they empathize with grieving families, but say the county lacked a warning system and no one could anticipate the unprecedented surge. Plans are underway to reopen part of the camp next summer.
At the bus stop this morning, pretty mild. Temperature still in the 60s. We'll get up into the lower 80s for recess, and then on the way home, we'll be seeing temperatures into the middle 80s today. At least this partly cloudy skies, dry conditions. Southeast winds at 5 to 10 knots with seas around 2 feet along the coast with a light chop on the inland lakes and bays. High tide or next one's at 3:44 for this afternoon. Our sunsets tonight at about 5:19. Right now, conditions at Texas Point, southeasterly winds at about 8 miles an hour, and water temperatures right now holding into the middle 70s. Looks like we have a chance for some rain and cooler temperatures as we head towards the weekend. We'll have a complete 7-day forecast for you coming up in the next half hour.
Well, coming up here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, a big break in a murder case 3 years in the making. The 4 men now charged in the death of Joshua Larkin as the search for his body continues.
Plus, the House of Representatives is scheduled to vote on releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files today. Hear from who stand to be affected most.
And a new plan for the city of Orange, how you can share your vision for the future of the city and help guide development through the next 25 years.
And the time now, 7:27. We'll be back with more news and weather in just a few minutes.
Oh, good morning. That's my line right there. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. The time now is 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. A Beaumont man who was already in prison had more time added to his sentence. 29-year-old Tyler Davis pled guilty to several charges, including sexual assault of a child in Jefferson County. He was sentenced to 8 years for each charge. The sentences will run at the same time. He was already in prison for similar charges out of Hardin County.
An inmate at Beaumont's high-security federal prison was found unresponsive Sunday. Jesse Williams III, he was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, prison officials, they haven't said how he died. He was serving a 30-year sentence for possession with intent to distribute cocaine. He had been in custody since last year.
Christus Health has opened a new multi-special clinic in Port Arthur. It's located on Highway 365 and offers interventional cardiology, orthopedic surgery, and sports medicine care. The clinic is open Monday through Friday.
All right, let's go ahead and take a live look now outside from our Roofing 911 live sky cam network above the skies of Beaumont. Jeff Gerber standing by with today's weather.
And looking nice and mild to start off on this Tuesday morning. Temperatures back in the 60s right now. Anywhere from 69 in Port Arthur down to around 64 in Jasper, 63 in Silsbee. Then Woodville, Beaumont's at 65, Kirbyville 68, and then 67 in Orange. Outside, as we look at Beaumont from our Pack of the Prairie camera, and then we'll switch over to our 12 News studio camera. And looking down I-10, you can see mostly clear skies. Just a few clouds here and there out there. This morning, we had a little bit of patchy fog, but nothing too widespread for this morning, not like we saw yesterday. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing as we look at I-10 going along pretty smoothly if you're heading out to work. Day planner shows lower 70s by 9 a.m., lower 80s at noon, and then we'll get up into the middle 80s for this afternoon, about 84 with those partly cloudy skies, and we'll continue to see south winds throughout the day between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. No rain in the forecast today or tomorrow, but by Thursday and Friday, we could see a small chance of a few showers. We'll look at that coming up in our 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Jeff. We're following new developments in the case of a missing Southeast Texas man. Nearly 3 years after Joshua Larkin disappeared, 4 people are now facing charges. In a joint press conference yesterday, the Jasper and Newton County Sheriff's offices revealed the identities of the men who are charged with murder and tampering with evidence. 2 of the men were taken into custody yesterday. James Jones was arrested in Kirbyville. Jonathan Cody Berhalter was arrested in Houston. Despite these arrests, investigators are still looking for Larkin's body.
Yes, 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett explains they say that they are not going to give up on their search.
I'm in Newton County, where Monday afternoon, both the Jasper and Newton County Sheriff's offices announced they have arrested 4 men relating to the disappearance of Joshua Larkin.
Investigators were quickly able to determine that foul play was suspected.
The arrests come only a few days away from the 3-year anniversary of Joshua Larkin's disappearance. Justin James and Jonathan Berhalter are charged with murder and tampering with evidence. James Jones and Rodney Blankenship are charged with tampering with evidence. Both Berhalter and Blankenship are already in prison on unrelated charges.
Through the investigation and interviews, we were able to present the evidence to a judge and get arrest warrants.
Sheriff Colton Havard says Larkin knew these men.
They're just all acquaintances.
The sheriff also shared that Justin James, who was charged with murder, actually confessed, but he couldn't share exactly what he confessed to.
We were more than happy to help, and our investigators have worked a lot of hours on this case.
His father, Jasper County Sheriff Chuck Havard, also had his investigators work the case.
Well, it feels really good. You know, it's way long past due to get Bev Larkin some answers, and hopefully she's got some answers today.
While the arrests are a big break in the case, they are still searching for Larkin's body.
So we're still going to work very, very diligently to locate Josh. We're not going to stop. We're just as committed today as we were 11 months ago, and we're going to stay committed to try to get Josh home to his mama.
Investigators believe there are people out there who could help bring Larkin home.
We believe that there's still individuals out there that know something, and we're not going to stop. So if you know something about this crime, I urge you to come forward, because if you don't, we'll be paying you a visit pretty soon.
If you know anything related to the disappearance of Joshua Larkin, you can make an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers. In Newton, Cameron Burchett, 12 News.
Across the nation now to a bizarre story. A former Alaska Airlines pilot charged with interfering with a flight crew will not serve prison time. On Monday, a federal judge sentenced Joseph Emerson to 3 years of supervised release. Emerson admits that he was on mushrooms when he tried to cut the engines of a passenger flight in 2023. Now, he was off duty at the time. His lawyers say that Emerson has an alcohol problem, and that became worse when he took the mushrooms. Well, prosecutors, they wanted him to serve at least a year in prison, but the judge rejected that, citing Emerson's medical struggles. And today, the House could take a significant step in voting to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. The Trump administration has been pushing for months to avoid a vote from happening.
But over the weekend, the president changed his tune and said he would sign a bill if it comes to his desk. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with those details.
Today, House lawmakers planning to vote on legislation forcing the Justice Department to release files related to the criminal investigation of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. President Trump now says he would sign a bill to release the FBI files, despite spending months trying to prevent it. Republican Thomas Massie and Democrat Ro Khanna have been pushing for transparency from the start, building an unlikely bipartisan coalition of Trump's MAGA supporters and progressives.
We built a kind of coalition that said it's time to get rid of the Epstein class. This is the most horrific, disgusting scandal in American history.
When lawmakers returned from the shutdown, they were greeted by new details from a number of Epstein emails, with Trump's name mentioned several times, including claims that Trump had spent hours at Epstein's house with a sex trafficking victim, and that he, quote, knew about the girls. In one email from 2017, Epstein writing, "I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump, not one decent cell in his body, so yes, dangerous." In a 2018 text to an unidentified person, Epstein claiming, quote, "I am the one who's able to take him down." ABC's Mary Bruce speaking with one of the survivors.
Do you think these files will ever see the light of day?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe that was possible. I do believe it's possible, and I do think that people will demand that it happens.
And ahead of the House vote today, survivors of Jeffrey Epstein will speak in front of the Capitol, calling on lawmakers to take action and release the files. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Now to some Power City news, where we're continuing our coverage of a proposed carbon capture facility in West Jefferson County. ExxonMobil was granted the rights for the permit last week by the Railroad Commission and the EPA. Last night, dozens from the Cheek community and surrounding areas gathered for a town hall meeting with elected officials. 12 News was there as folks came together to hear from environmental scientists and attorneys. Residents fear the project will be too close to their homes. The Rose CCS project would include an 18-mile pipeline that would carry CO2 from Mid-County to West Jefferson County. Information was shared last night about health and environmental risks, as well as legal advice. The Cheek Texas Community Association says they've done their research and they're worried the injection wells will threaten drinking water and cause pipelines to rupture.
That this project hasn't been studied long enough. It's pretty hasty. It's very beneficial to Exxon and some of the people that stand to gain. But for us in this community, it is quite detrimental, and from what we've seen. And so we have scientists here today that's going to help explain that.
ExxonMobil says the technology is safe and proven. Previously, the company said, quote, "They are very well removed from our CCS project activity, so not near injectors. They are at least 2 miles from our injector wells, 3 miles from our pipeline activity." Again, in the subsurface, that is at least half a mile from the subsurface activity. The association says it hopes residents continue to voice their concerns and questions with elected officials.
12 News Hurricane Headquarters, sponsored by Entergy.
Well, hurricane season coming to an end, but leaders are already looking to future seasons as they work on projects to strengthen our coastline. One of those projects is raising the height of the Port Arthur seawall. It's a project that's going to impact many, according to Jefferson County Drainage District 7. The general manager of DD7 says that construction will begin in late summer of next year. He says that people in the area, they can expect disturbances like loud noises, vibrations, and traffic changes during that construction. He says that the work will improve the seawall, levees, and pump stations after Hurricane Ike devastated the coast. It's all to prevent flooding from future storms.
In Hurricane Ike, Actually, back down in the section you see here, this wall, Ike splashed over and stacked a lot of marsh cane and everything in people's backyards, so we had to clean up. We'll raise this levee so that the storm surge associated with a 100-year storm, or a 1% chance storm, approximately a category 4, would not come over this levee.
And there's going to be public meeting for neighbors to attend this Thursday. That's going to be at St. Joseph's Catholic Church from 6 to 8 p.m.
7:40 right now. City leaders in Orange are looking ahead to 2050. They're launching a new plan called Envision Orange 2050. It's meant to guide growth and improve quality of life over the next 25 years. And the city wants your input on everything from housing and businesses to parks and infrastructure. There's a survey on the city's website along with information about public meetings if you'd like to share your vision. There will also be more opportunities for input on topics like land use and transportation during the next phases.
Yesterday, the Beaumont Planning and Zoning Commission tabled a request for Phase 5 of a subdivision in West Beaumont. The Meadows subdivision will take up about 17 acres. It would extend Meadow Run Drive and add a new street called Verbena Street with 32 new homes along it. Now, city water and sewer lines, they would also be extended to serve that area. That measure stalled, though, because the city's water and fire departments are concerned that there won't be a second access road built immediately.
Still ahead on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, if your Thanksgiving prep starts with a clean kitchen, we've got you covered. The simple steps to refresh your oven and keep those holiday dishes tasting their best. Coming up, get ready for Cardinal Lights. Details on Lamar's 5th annual event happening this evening.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
Turkey, stuffing, pies, your oven's big day is coming, but if it's covered in last year's drips and splatters, you might be in for more smoke than sizzle. Consumer Reports reveals the easy way to clean it safely and why that self-clean cycle may not always be the hero you expect.
Between boiling, broiling, and baking, experts in Consumer Reports Range Lab also put every oven's self-clean cycle to the test. They rate how a tough baked-on mixture of tapioca, cheese, lard, and cherry pie filling can be wiped away after the self-clean cycle. Most ovens pass the test, but Consumer Reports editor Paul Hope says people still wonder about the safety of the self-cleaning cycle.
It's easy to find a lot of horror stories online about people who say they've damaged or destroyed their ovens by running the self-clean cycle. Our testing finds that the self-clean cycle is generally safe to use and pretty effective.
Consumer Reports says those high temperatures that help your oven clean also produce smoke and fumes, so you'll want to take a few precautions. First, keep kids and pets out of the kitchen when you run the self-clean cycle. If you have a range hood, turn it on, open some windows, and remember the top of the stove can get pretty hot, so keep it clear. And just because it's self-clean doesn't mean you're totally off the hook. You'll need to remove the racks and clean those by hand. You'll also need to wipe down the oven after the cycle to remove the ash buildup. One final tip from Consumer Reports.
The best approach is to keep your oven as clean as you can while you're using it, wiping spills up as they occur, and cleaning up grease after you cook something fatty like a chicken or a roast.
Now, all you have to do is put on an apron and cook up a delicious holiday meal.
.45 now on this Tuesday morning. We'll take you up to Jasper as we look at the Jasper County Courthouse for this morning. Had a little bit of fog up there in the Jasper area. Still looks like a little bit of cloud cover up there as sun's already come up, and we're seeing mostly sunny skies down here around the triangle. But this camera brought to you by Provalis, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Jasper right now at about 66, and then you jump over to Woodville where we're at 65. Just south in Kirbyville's at 68. One of the lower numbers on the map is 63 right now in Silsbee, and then upper 60s here around the triangle. 67 right now in Beaumont, 67 in Orange, and then 69 in Port Arthur. A lot of cloud cover across the state as far as a lot of high clouds, especially up towards the panhandle of Texas, but nothing showing up really on radar. Not expecting really anything for today. We do see maybe a chance of rain late in the work week, Thursday into Friday. But at this point, it looks like what does develop won't be very widespread. It's going to be kind of hit and miss, isolated showers at best for Thursday into Friday. For today, though, no rain in the forecast. We'll go partly cloudy by the afternoon with temperatures around 82 to about 84. And then we back off into the 70s as we head towards the evening hours. Eventually, by about 10, 11 o'clock, we'll see 60s return, and we'll stay there in the 60s as we go towards tomorrow morning. You know, yesterday we had a lot of fog. This morning, not much. And then I think tomorrow morning, we'll go back to a little bit more in the way of some foggy conditions as we have calm winds, and we'll see that fog possibly developing. All right, our forecast for today, partly cloudy. South winds at 5 to 10 and temperatures there into the middle 80s, and then a lot of middle to upper 60s for tonight, maybe a couple of lower 60s towards the lakes, but we won't drop off too much. Patchy fog with southeasterly winds at about 3 to 8. 7-day forecast shows dry weather on Wednesday, and then we'll bring back those low wind rain chances, 20-30% for Thursday and Friday. Like I said, there'll be a few showers around, but not a lot. Some folks won't see anything for Thursday, Friday, or maybe even Monday or Sunday into Monday of next week, where we're expecting another round of maybe a few showers. Nice thing is about the weekend, though, you notice that storm system coming through Friday will cool us down slightly. We're looking at highs back into the middle to upper 70s for the weekend into Monday, and then those morning lows back a little bit closer to where they should be. We'll be falling back down into the middle to maybe a few lower 50s Sunday into Monday morning.
Looking forward to those low 50s.
It's going to feel a little bit like fall around here for sure.
Needs to.
Finally, we're getting so close to Thanksgiving. I like a little cool weather on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So.
I agree.
Perfect for the season. Thank you, Jeff. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. And Black Friday is next week and used to be the day for bargain hunters.
Yeah, but now with deals and discounts offered even before Halloween, is it worth your while to save your shopping until after Thanksgiving? Linda Bequero has more details.
Remember when shoppers would wait hours in line after Thanksgiving dinner ready to rush through doors for Black Friday deals? The holiday shopping season has started earlier than ever.
I only start my Christmas shopping like way ahead of time just to get it over with. So I'm actually almost done.
Macy's announcing its Black Friday deals almost 2 weeks early. Target offering its holiday price match guarantee on items that drop between now and Christmas Eve. Vivek Pandya is lead insights analyst with Adobe.
We're seeing consumers comfortable with shopping for a holiday before Halloween, which we didn't always see. We're seeing October spending come in over $88 billion, and that's up over 8% year-on-year growth.
The National Retail Federation expects retail sales this season to grow between 3.7% and 4.2% over last year. That's down just a bit from last year. Discounts not as deep so far.
Last year, we saw them go as deep as 30%, and this season, we're expecting them to go as deep as 28%.
Things that I like to buy are kind of pricey, so yeah, they're killing my pocket.
Adobe says artificial intelligence platforms and tools like Amazon's price history tracker are helping to drive sales.
We're anticipating about a 520% increase in traffic coming from these platforms to retail sites.
And that was Linda Baquero reporting.
Lamar University welcoming the community to its 5th annual Cardinal Lights presented by ExxonMobil. The celebration that is happening today from 6 to 8 p.m. on the intramural field next to the Wayne A. Rio building. Now families, they can enjoy dazzling holiday lights, kids inflatables, food trucks, hot cocoa, cookies, games, and photos with Santa. The evening is going to wrap up with a festive holiday drone show.
Also, Monster Nation is coming back. The Chaos Crew will be at Doggett Ford Park in February for 3 shows, and the Salute to Service show is expected to draw thousands. It'll have a new lineup and an expanded tribute to service members and first responders. You'll even get the chance to check out fire engines, ambulances, and the first responders who drive them. The shows are on February 20th and 21st. We have the ticket prices on our website. When Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush hour.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now. Weekdays, noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On weather impact alert days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
Welcome back to Daybreak, 7:54 right now. It's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. 4 suspects have been arrested in connection with Joshua Larkin's murder nearly 3 years after his disappearance. Jonathan Cody Beerhalter and Justin James are charged with murder and tampering with evidence. Mayor Harter was arrested in Houston yesterday and is in the Newton County Jail. James was already in jail on other charges. James Alex Jones and Rodney Blankenship were also arrested for tampering with evidence. Jones was taken into custody in Newton County. Larkin's body has not yet been found.
A man is accused of running a prostitution ring out of an apartment in Beaumont and holding women against their will. Kalen Thornton, he is charged with aggravated promotion of prostitution. Now, according to a probable cause affidavit, he forced several women to engage in sex work and assaulted one woman who tried to leave. Now, he was arrested Saturday and is in the Jefferson County Jail on a $500,000 bond.
City leaders in Orange are launching a new plan called Envision Orange 2050. It's meant to guide growth and improve quality of life over the next 25 years. And the city wants your input. There's a survey on the city's website along with information about public meetings. There will also be more opportunities for input during the next phases.
Dry today and tomorrow and warm. Temperatures are going to be in the 80s. We'll see a small chance of rain Thursday and Friday as temperatures drop slightly, and then a nice little cool down for the weekend. Temperatures back into the middle 70s Saturday, Sunday, and going into Monday, and morning lows down into the 50s. So a little bit back closer to normal high and low this time of year, and then the lower 50s and lower 70s.
We're just days away from the next chapter of Tia's Tales. I'll be out at the Lumberton Public Library at 10:30 a.m. to read to your kiddos and do some arts and crafts with them. It's always a fun time. Anybody is welcome to come, even Jeff Gerber and Mark Armstrong.
Oh, well, before we go to that, let's talk about this, Tia. This morning, we want to congratulate Tia, one of two Titans here at 12 News, my co-anchor, Tia Johnson, and our assistant news director, Caitlin Griffin. They're being honored later today at this year's 40 Under 40 ceremony. It celebrates outstanding young professionals who are making an impact in our community. This is well-deserved, Jeff. Well-deserved recognition for Tia's hard work and leadership, and we are proud to have you, Tia, on our team.
Thank you. I'm super excited. My granny is coming from Corpus.
Oh, great.
Yeah, she's like 86, 87. I text her, and she was like, I'm on my way to H-Town. So excited for everybody else to come, but most excited for my granny to be there.
It's quite an honor.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much for watching us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus.
We'll see you guys back here at 11 a.m. for midday.
Have a great day, everybody.